Transcendental Psychology. Hello everyone, I am Chantal Tello García, and I will read to you the words of Alain Tello Robledo, founder of AtelTrainer. Today, I will explain the causes of psychological and mental disorders with the help of some animations I made myself. Then, I will explain how to free yourself from all disorders and diseases, following the transcendental beingist knowledge and ancestral healing, which freed Alain from his chronic health problems such as generalized anxiety, for which he took treatment for 16 years, allergic asthma since childhood, myopia, and also freed so many other people who have shared their healing experiences on the website AtelTrainer.com to help us to divulge ancestral healing. It is important for me to emphasize that AtelTrainer is the opposite of known spirituality and religion. Thus, AtelTrainer is complementary to scientific medicine, not an alternative. Moreover, we are dedicating all of our resources to create transcendental clinics around the world, uniting scientific medicine and ancestral healing. Let's start. At the age of 25, Alain went through a deep existential crisis that led him towards Taoist philosophy. Taoist philosophy helped him, 37 years ago, to tolerate society, with all of its injustices, without accepting its nonsense, kindly, because everybody is a victim of humankind's destructive system. The Taoist philosophy inspired him to cross the limits of rational beliefs, to share with you the AtelTrainer anti-method, which aims to help people free themselves forever from their physical, emotional, and mental health imbalances for a better world. He explained the Tao at the request of his friends, who found him different, in the following way. The hand represents the rational mind. The wooden slat represents the life of each person's body and mind. The bowl represents people's rational memory corner. At birth, people are instilled with the need to learn, exemplified by the bowl of rational memory, generating the first imbalance. Then, this bowl fills up with beliefs, obligations, doubts, fears, etc., that others, social circle, take care of transmitting, generating memories that condition people for the rest of their lives. A heavy imbalance is formed as this bowl fills with beliefs and obligations during the first years of life. The mind works to maintain our life's balance according to each person's circumstances and conditioning. But when we are born, our family, our educators, our teachers, our social influences and manipulations take charge of filling our memory bowl with beliefs, values, fears, hoping for us to be happy according to reality invented by humankind, created from multiple interpretations. Girls should behave like girls, passively. Boys should behave like boys, actively. To be happy, you have to have money. To be rich, you have to be a good student to succeed in life. You have to live in a heterosexual couple and have 2 children to form an exemplary family. You have to be accepted by society to be successful. All of these stereotypes and beliefs condition people's lives, taking them away from themselves. All of these messages and beliefs fill the bowl of the rational memory and weigh tremendously in the deepest part of each person, generating a mental and emotional imbalance that our poor mind tries to even out at all costs to feel better. Humanity lives in a deep and destructive existential imbalance, and we all suffer the individual, collective, and planetary consequences. This existential imbalance is the source of mental and emotional disorders, addictions, and diseases of all kinds. When the pressure of the imbalance is very strong, sensitive people are the first to suffer from anxiety, depression, addictions, etc. Unfortunately, suicide is more and more the only way many people find to free themselves, even at a very young age. Buried in the DNA's memory lie the fears inherited from our ancestors. In this situation, the mind, which is here to protect us, builds itself up by forcing itself to find the existential balance which will allow people to adapt to the weight of the transmitted beliefs and obligations. Then, what Alain calls the false existential balance takes place in people's lives, generating anxiety, depression, addictions, violence, psychological and psychiatric problems, and all kinds of diseases and health disorders. This individual imbalance generates a collective imbalance. The collective imbalance generates a planetary imbalance. We all suffer the consequences through climate change, pandemics, energy and economic crises. I think this presentation of balance clearly explains the current evolution and situation of human psychology and its negative consequences for the health of humanity and the planet. But, when Alain was 54 years old, isolated from society in the little valley of Ortunas, Spain, for many years, the transcendental beingist knowledge came to him, to help the mind to free itself, to recover the innate balance of each individual, being this the base of the ancestral beingist healing that we share today, and that he explains in the following way. The string represents the vital energy, essence of each person, which has the unique mission of transmitting and maintaining life in each person's corporeal dimension. All these beliefs that have filled the bowl act as a mental and emotional short circuit, endlessly and enormously activating the mind to briefly regain the lost balance, blocking the passage of vital energy and weakening the immune and mental psychological system. Transcendental beingist knowledge frees the mind from limited and incorrect, unbalancing beliefs, emptying the bowl of all inculcated memories, allowing the essence, life energy, to be the natural axis of our vital balance. The string represents the vital energy which makes the pendulum swing in the hands of a beingist when their cerebral hemispheres are deactivated, relaxed, giving way to the heart essence's guidance, intuition. Beware! The mind can swing the pendulum, distorting any liberation, as it is currently practiced by limited spirituality. In practice, the intuition of beingists becomes their concrete language, 24 hours a day, that will guide them in their daily spontaneous actions, letting themselves be surprised by existence itself. That is, to live fully, in harmony between all beings. When the mind surrenders to existence, following the beingist technique of transcendental connection, uniting mind, body, essence, from the intention of living free and in harmony, the physical life of each person is sustained by the vital energy, as we can see. Then, in the transcendental beingist practice, the inherited memories of the ancestors, deep-seated in the DNA memory, and the inculcated beliefs will fade into oblivion, freeing the future generation from this inherited slavery. Surrendering to the transcendental knowledge and beingist techniques, which AtelTrainer shares through its books, healing retreats, and its free author's notes, allows one to free oneself little by little in the practice of the intention of universal union for a better world, raising the collective and individual consciousness, far from all religions. The practice of the very simple beingist transcendental meditation helps to free oneself and regain the lost balance forever. The absolute liberation of the mind begins to occur when it deeply feels that transcendental reality is real. There is nothing else to do, to unlearn, in order to feel the meaning of life with every sunrise. Garden of Intentions. When we come to this life, our body and mind are like our garden of intentions, so that the innate seed of each of us can flourish during our life. But our family, our friends, our teachers, our social influences and manipulations plant the seeds of beliefs, obligations, and fears in our garden of intentions. At birth, the seeds of our ancestors are buried deep in the memory of the inherited DNA. Following the beliefs we have been taught and struggling to be accepted according to the expectations of others is like watering the seeds planted by others, while avoiding to water the seed that carries the innate flower of each of us. It is like walking away from our gift or our life's mission. Watering the seeds planted by others in our garden of intentions weakens our immune system, our essence. It is an open door to problems and diseases. It is encouraging the loss of self-esteem by living the life that others want for many reasons. To water your own innate seed is to discover yourself. It is to surrender to existence through vital energy, resulting in the weakening and disappearance into oblivion of the seeds of beliefs and obligations inculcated, planted by others, as well as preventing the germination of the seeds inherited from our ancestors, deeply buried in the memories of the DNA, liberating the future generations. In the practice of transcendental beingness connection with the intention of universal union, the innate seed will bloom for each of us to live in eternal plenitude and coherence. Be yourself. I hope the transcendental and beingness knowledge that we have shared with you can help you to live in harmony. Thank you.
The being's transcendental knowledge will help you to feel the existence in you, leaving behind the limiting thoughts and memories transcendental love have for you.
Practice the being's connection. You will discover your innate intentions, changing the thinking by feeling. Transcendental love hug for you.
In November 2022, we published the 6th book of AtelTrainer, The Origin of Mental Illnesses and Disorders and Their Liberation. At the end of this video, you will find the link to this book's presentation, as well as to another version of this video, narrated by the author himself. Thank you.